What's going on, folks? So, I'm back at headquarters now. I just got out of my interview with Berkshire Hathaway in La Mesa in San Diego, California. So, last video I left off, I had just got out of my interview with a local real estate team called SoCal Realty. They work under Big Block Realty. And now I just left my interview with Berkshire Hathaway in La Mesa. Now, two completely different places, two completely different atmospheres. The SoCal Realty team was a team of six. This Berkshire Hathaway team that I would be joining, possibly, probably not, but I'll tell you why in a minute. But this other team is like a 55-person team. So obviously this is a smaller brokerage and it's on a more specific team versus Berkshire Hathaway, which is a global corporation conglomerate. You know what I'm saying? So of course there's those differences. To be honest, to be quite frank, it was probably the last interview I just left with Berkshire Hathaway. Her name was Kathy Palmy. Very lovely individual, very courteous, very respectful, had a wealth of information and knowledge for me. And I have a lot to think about. I took a lot home with me. She gave me some papers to take home, some information about, the commission splits, and general information about the brokerage. I think that this was probably the best interview that I went on so far. I've went on three so far. First one being Keller Williams in actually down the street from my house in El Cajon. That was last week. And then today I just got out of two. I had a few different phone calls with different people, but in-person interviews today I had two. And like I said, this last one with Berkshire Hathaway was probably the best. Why do I feel that way? Well, honestly, when I walked in, I wasn't too thrilled about the energy that I was receiving from the desk person. Not to say that it was negative energy, it just wasn't very positive energy. It was just kind of like it was almost leaning towards negativity. It wasn't quite neutral. It was like, are you having a bad day? Or she wasn't rude or anything like that. It's just, when you first meet somebody, you first, see them and, you greet them or whatever, and you don't know them, you kind of judge the future interactions based off that first interpretation. Well, I just kind of laughed to myself like, oh, okay, they don't have the best. Maybe she's having a bad day. But anyways, I digress. Going on to the meeting, I met Kathy Palmy. She introduced herself, I introduced myself or whatever. And I like I said, she was very respectful, very kind the way she spoke to me. She had plenty of information. She answered all my questions. She wasn't rude. She never cut me off. She looked me directly in the eyes. She shook my hand. Very professional, very, very, like I said, very courteous. I felt the best with her because of the way the conversation went, the vibe that I received from her, versus other places. The atmosphere of the office, like I said, initially wasn't exactly welcoming. It felt kind of, I don't know, it felt kind of rough and little maybe too organized. Like I had to sign in, and they ask you like first, last name, signature, what date, the time you came in. Like they're very thorough on the paperwork that they have you fill out, which was the first time I had to do that interviewing brokerages. But going back to Kathy and the atmosphere, like I said, the atmosphere seems really cool. I mean, I didn't get any negative vibes. She seemed like she was a person that would be more than willing to help me. She also mentioned that there would be a mentoring program. Now with Keller Williams initially, I believe their split is, they explained it's 50-50. It's a 50-50 split. If you guys don't know what that is, a split just means your commission. So basically if I make $5,000 and it's a 50-50 split for the first three transactions with Keller Williams, then that means I would take home $2,500 and $2,500 would go to the mentor. I believe that's how they explained it. Also, there's a 6% franchise fee with Keller Williams. It's a big brokerage. So they have what they call a franchise or a royalty fee that they charge you. It's 6% per transaction with Keller Williams, meaning if I find somebody to sell me their house, or not sell me their house, but find somebody to sign a listing agreement with my brokerage, and I'm the representative agent, and I find a buyer, I'm the procuring cause of that transaction, meaning I found the buyer for that seller, then based off the money that I make off that transaction, that deal, that listing, they would take Keller Williams would take 6% off of that amount, in addition to the split that I would have to give over to my mentor with the 50-50 split. But that's only for the first 3 transactions. So after the first 3 transactions with Keller Williams, you move on from the 50-50 split to a 70-30 split. Now, this is different with the with Berkshire Hathaway as well as SoCal Realty, the first brokers that I interviewed today. With SoCal Realty, you don't get to a 70-30 split until after your 16th transaction. That's one thing that I didn't like about SoCal Realty, is that it's after your 16th transaction, you just barely catch up, to where with Keller Williams, it's after your first 3. And then it's 16 over here, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. It takes like 16 transactions. Like, I'm a veteran at that point. Not really. I mean, but maybe though. I mean, 16 transactions. It's not like you've only done 2 or 3. You've done 16 of these. I mean, you get a bit of some kind of rapport or repetitiveness, repetitive knowledge at this point. I mean, it's just beat into your head at that point. Not to say that I would have it all figured out, but I'm just saying, come on now, 16 transactions. I think you've earned a better spot than just a 70-30 split. But that's how they go. Okay, so with Berkshire Hathaway, I found out just recently, they do a 50-50 split. Let me see here. They do a 50-50 split for your first, I believe she said 3 transactions. Let me see here. No, actually, I'm mistaken. It's 65-35 for your first 3 transactions. So that was a plus with Berkshire Hathaway over Keller Williams. They start you off at a higher commission split. Let me see here. So, like I said, a higher commission split, but Berkshire Hathaway has a 7% franchise fee versus the 6% at Keller Williams. SoCal Realty actually didn't have a franchise fee because they're just a team, so they don't have a franchise fee. They don't have a royalty fee, the same thing, royalty fee. They don't have an office fee as well. Keller Williams' office fee was $50 a month, and the errors and omissions insurance that every agent is required to have and to carry, just in case somebody sues us or anything like that, because we live in a very litigious state, California, in a very litigious society in general. With Keller Williams, it's $50 as well for E&O insurance, errors and omissions insurance. With SoCal Realty, it's $165 per transaction, per deal that you close. And for Berkshire Hathaway, the errors and omissions, the errors and omissions, I wrote it down. It's like $960. It's a lot of money per year. No, I think that was actually, that's after that's the pro rate. That's the pro rate. The actual amount, let me see if it's on here, this information that she gave me here. It's like $1,500, folks. It's like $1,500. So that alone right there was enough to make me be like, you know what? Maybe I don't need Berkshire. Maybe I don't want to work for Berkshire Hathaway. I mean, it might be a good fit if I was coming from more of a place of more financial security, but I'm coming from a place of not so much financial security. I don't think that paying $1,600 or more up front, I don't remember the exact amount. Honestly, she said the amount and my brain went like, because I was like, oh, so this is what's going to kill this deal for me. Okay. Yeah, too much money. You have to pay that, what is it, monthly or yearly? I don't even know. It might as well be monthly because I think it's yearly. It's got to be yearly. Okay, here we go. It mentions it right here. The E&O fee, or the errors and omissions insurance fee, is $1,866 as of September 1st, 2021. But if you prepay before September 30th, then it's only $1,566. All right. That's how much we're talking about here. It says tail coverage plan follows the agent. So it follows us just in case we were ever, we just in case we ever switch brokerages, that insurance would cover us. That's how she explains it. That's what the paper says. But honestly, comparing 1,000, excuse me, $1,866 to $50 a month with Keller Williams, or $165 per transaction with SoCal Realty, and it's honestly a no-brainer. Yeah, I don't have an extra $2,000 just to pay for errors and omissions insurance. That's really what killed the deal with Berkshire for me. And I can honestly say that just coming out the interview that, I mean, unless I come into some money all of a sudden, Berkshire is just not going to work for me. They also have, let's see, a $250 administrative commission per transaction. There are some exceptions, relocation. See, $250 administrative commission. Additional fees per transaction, set $375 transaction coordinator fee. Agent paid or passed to buyer/seller. Fee amounts depends on the transaction coordinator used. And $75 fee to Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. So, let's see. That's a lot. They have an example here of how much you would get paid. Let's $500,000 house of a sales price of a house at 2.5% co-commission, meaning whatever the commission is, you have to split with the buyer's agent if you're the listing agent. So if I was a listing agent, I would have to split my commission half with the other agent in the transaction on the other side of it. So that's 500,000 times 2.5% commission. That's $12,500 times 7%, which is going to the company off tops. That's $875 going to the company. That would leave me with $11,625. $11,625 times 65%, which would be the commission split. So more money going to the company. That leaves me with $7,556.25. Then we have minus the $250 fee, the administrative commission fee. And also in addition to that, minus $450. Wait, what is the 450 for? It says TC. I'm not even sure what the TC is. They don't really, I don't see that fee on the paperwork here. TC, $450. Okay, well, let's just say that's another $450 coming out. It's from something, it's for something. That leaves me with $6,856.25. So agent paid $6,856.25 if no charitable contribution or supplemental fee. So they also have charities that Berkshire Hathaway is a part of that agents get together, they pool money, and they donate to these charities. So that would be the amount that I would be left with, excluding any charities or anything extra that I pay for. So again, folks, that's a lot of money coming out. That's a lot of money coming out off tops. This is not even mentioning that to be a part of Berkshire Hathaway or Keller Williams, I have to join the SDAR or the PSAR, which basically these are organizations. They're local real estate organizations, basically. And in addition to that, I got to join the California Association of Realtors, which is the CAR, and the National Association of Realtors, which is the NAR. So there's a lot of different fees. There's a lot of different fees that I'm going to have to pay. Excuse me. That I'm going to have to pay in order to be licensed with these brokerages. And some are more than others. Now, like I said, Berkshire Hathaway was probably the best interview I've been on. I have so much information. I feel a lot better about knowing exactly what they require fees-wise and everything else. I think it was a great interview. I really like Kathy. I met her husband on the way out. I really like her husband. He's a great guy, seems like, at least. And like I said, like the way she talked to me, I felt as though the Berkshire Hathaway could have been a place where I could definitely succeed and grow within the company. Maybe leave sometime later or something like that, but definitely to build a foundation. It would have been great. All these fees, Not so great. Not so great, especially when Keller Williams is out the door. I think I'd be paying like $150 a month to hang my license with Keller Williams. To hang my license with Berkshire Hathaway? I just read you all that. I'm not going through all that again. I mean, I'm going to read through it again just to make sure that I didn't miss anything important. And, and again, to give more information out to people that maybe Berkshire Hathaway is the right place or the right brokerage for them. For me, I'm finding out not so much. Not so much. So, with all that being said, folks, like I said, I thought it was a great interview. It was the best interview I've been on so far. Perhaps not the best brokerage for me at this point in time in my life. Now, if you're a person that has a little bit in savings or a lot of bit in savings, or maybe, money's not so much of an object for you and you just really want to be under a brokerage that's well established, that probably has the most money put into it and is probably the most corporate, Berkshire Hathaway might be the place for you. So let me know your comments or your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you have any experience with real estate or picking a brokerage, if you have any ideas or solutions for me, or suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below. Like this video. You guys already know what to do. Until next time, be kind, rewind. I think that's about all I wanted to cover in this video. This will be about Berkshire. I'm going to go ahead and post it right now. I got to go get something to eat because my stomach is growling. All I had was like some fruit and a piece of cheese and some black coffee. So I'm going to go eat and take care of that. So until next time, folks, remember, love, peace, and light. I'm out. Find all my information down below. If you are interested in becoming a real estate agent in your respective state, let me know. Send me a message down below, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. All right, folks. Until next time.